We're now on day 41 of the disgraceful Democrat shutdown of Mark Wayne's department. Congratulations. We came into a department that's shut down by the radical Democrats. They're punishing the American people, including travelers at airports, all in the quest to return to open borders and give amnesty to illegal alien criminals.
President Trump cleaning up the Democrats' mess yet again, writing on Truth Social late tonight that he's signing an emergency order instructing DHS Secretary Markwayne Mullin to immediately start paying our TSA agents. But if Democrats had their way, they'd let these workers and their families continue to struggle. They're still going to block DHS funding, all because they want to protect their, favorite constituents, supposedly the illegal immigrants, like the Guatemalan illegal accused of raping a 5-year-old girl he was babysitting, leaving her so badly injured she had to have surgery. He was almost back out on the sanctuary streets of New York, but ICE nabbed him as he was walking out of the precinct. The guy is accused of raping a 5-year-old girl. New York lets him out of jail. Fortunately, ICE was there to scoop him up. Thanks for doing that, ICE. Well, how disgusting can you possibly get, raping a 5-year-old girl, for goodness sake? Well, here to discuss is Utah Senator Mike Lee. Senator, thanks for joining us. I got to tell you, I think most people are just amazed at your tenacity and your just nonstop action to try to get the Senate to do some things that like 99% of Americans agree with. But there's nothing more egregious than these sanctuary cities and states doing things like letting rapists out of jail.
Yeah, Jason, this is a real problem. Between the left's dogged opposition to funding the Department of Homeland Security simply because they don't want us enforcing our borders, they don't want us enforcing our immigration laws, and their dogged determination on that front comes at a huge human cost, with so many Americans having been victimized by those who were never supposed to be in this country in the first place. Meanwhile, you've got a convergence of the radical left's opposition to funding DHS, also being the radical left's radical opposition to the Save America Act. Now, the American people overwhelmingly want their border enforced. They want DHS personnel, employees paid. And they also want to make sure that non-citizens don't vote in U.S. elections, whether they're here legally or illegally. But that's what these two things have in common. They are prioritizing non-citizens over citizens. And in many cases, those non-citizens are illegal aliens. Something's terribly wrong with the Democratic Party. And I think this is an existential crisis for them. I think they're about to lose a massive amount of support throughout the country, given these positions that are utterly untenable in the eyes of most Americans.
But watch this, because the Democrats, they're pretending they're not the ones who caused this shutdown. Have a look.
Senate Republicans are once again wasting time on voter suppression instead of paying TSA. Republicans have an amendment on the Senate floor dressed up as what they call common sense voter ID. But let's be very clear what this amendment is. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Your response, Senator? I know you've spent hours on the floor trying to tell your colleagues, but what's the real answer to that?
I emphatically disagree with every word and every syllable Chuck Schumer has ever uttered about the Save America Act, including the words but, and the. Look, these guys are incapable of telling the truth about this law. They mischaracterized the bill itself. They mischaracterized the legal and factual background surrounding it. And they mischaracterized the constitutional context in which it arises. Everything they say about this is a lie. And I don't say that lightly, Jason. This is unusual for me to paint with such a broad brush, but I've been on the Senate floor for the last week and a half, listening to every argument made against the Save America Act by the Democrats. I have yet to hear one that is legitimate and that is not based on a lie.
Well, Senator, keep after it. Your dogged tenacity on the floor is not going unnoticed. And to the other Republicans who are struggling with this, how about just doing Republican things, Republicans? How about doing that? Because that's what you campaigned on. You rode the coattails of Donald Trump to get into office. Now you got to actually do some things that everybody agrees with. That's what's so crazy about this. Senator Mike Lee making it happen there in the Senate. Do appreciate it, Joyce. Thank you, Senator.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.